How's it going? Eric here from LED Grow Lights Depot. Today I'm reviewing and par testing the new ViparSpectra KS5000 LED grow light. Stay for the entire review and I'll give you my final thoughts near the end of the video. Will this fixture flower a 4x4 area like ViparSpectra states? Let's find out. And by the way, LED Grow Lights Depot is a small, veteran-owned family business. Support our channel and business by hitting the like button and subscribing. At the time of this review, ViparSpectra has 3 lights in the KS series, the KS2500, KS3000, and KS5000. The KS2500 and 3000 are the little brothers of the KS5000 and are smaller and less powerful. The KS5000 arrives folded in half, so no assembly is required. Upon inspecting the product out of the box, I found it to be well made and pretty robust. The fixture contains 6 passively cooled bars and measures 40 inches by 40 inches by 1.6 inches, and it weighs 12.8 pounds without the driver. The SOSN driver is remote mounted, meaning you'll need to hang it in or out of the grow space with the included cable hanger. There's a dimmer on the driver which allows you to dim the light from 100% to 75%, 50%, 25%, and off. The EXT mode is only used when hooking up a controller. The fixture comes with an RJ cable that plugs into the driver and enables you to daisy chain several lights together on a single daisy chain. The fixture cord includes a NEMA 515P 120 volt style plug and NEMA 615P 240 volt plug adapter. Also included are 4 ratchet hangers. The fixture can be used in home and commercial applications, including tents, open rooms, and vertical racking. There's a 3-year manufacturer's warranty and 30-day return policy on ViparSpectra lights. And at the time of this review, the KS series is being UL tested, but it has not been completed yet. ViparSpectra states a 500 watt plus or minus 3% draw at the wall. At 116 volts, I received a reading of 502 watts with an amperage of 4.33. Expect around 2.16 amps on 240 volts. At full power, the fixture emits only 1,705 BTUs per hour. The total light output on the KS5000 is 1,273 micromoles per second with an efficacy of 2.6 micromoles per joule. The light output is sufficient to flower a 4x4 area at 12 inches or a more intense 3.5 by 3.5 foot area. The KS5000 uses Samsung LM301H white diodes enhanced with Osram 660 nanometer deep reds. The Samsung diodes are a mix of 3000K and 5000K. There isn't any UV in the spectrum, but there is some far red in the spectrum from the white diodes. Expect a diode lifetime of around 100,000 hours according to ViparSpectra. This spectrum is adjusted for sealing to harvest growth, so you only need to use a dimmer for the different plant growth stages. ViparSpectra par readings can be seen here. They tested the light at 3 different heights and intensities: 30 inches at 50%, 28 inches at 75%, and 16 inches at 100%. Feel free to pause the video to take a closer look at these par maps. I also took par readings of this light in a 4x4 Gorilla Grow tent at 4 different distances. So let's take a look at those readings now. Alright, so our first reading's at 36 inches. Right in the middle, we're hitting about 565 ppfd. And moving to the back, about 480. And to this left corner, about 450. And the left side, looks like about 480. So really good uniformity at 36 inches. 36 inches would be a great height for vegging. I wouldn't really recommend flowering at this height. All the closer distances are going to be decent flowering heights, but 36 inches, a little too far away. And the next reading is at 24 inches, hitting about 725 right in the center. Moving to the back, it looks like about 550 or so. This other corner, about 500. And this left side, about 590. So a little less uniformity, but just starting to get into some, lower flowering intensities. I wouldn't recommend flowering at this height exactly. 18 and 12 inches are going to be a little bit better, as you'll see soon. And the next reading is at 18 inches, where right in the center, we are hitting about 825. And the next reading in the back, about 585. Corner, about 515. and about 680. So decent uniformity as you move away from the sides and edges. You know, I would probably hang the light 18 inches at most for flowering, but you can see that we're not really getting above 1,000 yet at any of these heights. And you'll see even at 12 inches, we won't be hitting 1,000 ppfd. And the last reading is at 12 inches. About 925 in the middle to the back. See that uniformity dropping off about 585. Corners looking like right around 510. And about 755. So yeah, like I said, notice how we're not hitting a little bit. We're hitting 1,000 in some spots, but just barely hitting 1,000. So 12 inches would be a great flowering height, and as I mentioned in the review, this light doesn't put out a ton of light, so we're flowering at, you know, sort of lower intensities here. To sum this up, let's look at the pros and cons of the fixture, starting with the cons. 1. Due to the extra cable for the remote driver, the cord management can be a bit messy, so if you're hanging the light and driver in the same space, you might consider tucking those cords somewhere. This is not a huge con, but I just wanted to point it out. 2. The light output is not that high, but the efficacy is pretty good. When we're seeing more and more powerful LED grow lights becoming the standard, the KS5000 at 1273 micromoles per second is at the lower end of the light output range for a 4x4 area. The efficacy of 2.6 micromoles per joule is in line with the efficacy of many other lights on the market, including the Grower's Choice ROI E720, Gavita Pro 1700E, HLG 600R Spec, and the Nextlight Mega. And while the light output is lower than the aforementioned lights, keep in mind that the fixture only draws 500 watts and 4.33 amps. So overall, if wattage and amperage is of concern, or if you're a beginner grower and want to shoot for under 1000 ppfd at the canopy level, this light is for you. But if you're looking for a huge punch to your plants, this light is not for you. So I hope that puts this fixture into context. Now the pros. 1. There is no major assembly required. Not many lights require assembly, but some competing brands do. So if you're looking for a light that's plug and play, then consider this fixture. 2. As a bar light, you can expect more uniform coverage compared to panel style fixtures. ViparSpectra states a more uniform ppfd compared to competing brands. I don't think this is too gimmicky because if you look at the middle of the fixture, you'll notice that there's a larger gap between the bars compared to other brands. By not concentrating the light so much in the center and moving it towards the sides, a more uniform distribution can be obtained. 3. Lastly, the KS series is ViparSpectra's first take on bar lights, and I give it a pass. The fixture quality is pretty darn good, the spectrum is good for full cycle grows, and the light intensity is sufficient for a 4x4 tent. At the time of this review, the MSRP on the KS5000 is only $699.99. Contact LED Grow Lights Depot for quantity discounts. And check out the link to the KS5000 product page in the description to purchase a light or learn more. Finally, support this channel by liking this video and subscribing. Follow us on Instagram at LED Grow Lights Depot for LED Grow Light giveaways, sales, and more. We give away lights often, so check us out there. Link below. See you soon.